So, we got 2 Transformers characters this season. I am eating good this year. Hey everyone, Brobuscus here, and welcome back to another Let's Watch of Death Battle. Today's episode, we got the Season 10 finale. What a wild ride this season has been, let me tell you. We got Galactus versus Unicron. At long last, the battle of the World Eaters has finally come. But, you know, of course, before we get into it, there should be a link in the description below. Go watch the actual episode yourself. Go support the official release before watching some random guy on YouTube react to it, okay? Got it? Cool. So yes, Galactus versus Unicron. This season is over. Can you believe that? This season has been wild. But of course, we got Galactus and Unicron themselves. So how do I know these characters? Well, I feel like what's in the background should tell you just how much I am familiar with Transformers. I would say I'm not familiar with all of the details, but I've watched pretty much every show or movie that Unicron has appeared in, as well as I'm pretty sure I've played all the games that Unicron's been in, and by that I mean, do I still have it up here with me? I don't think so. No, I do. I have this game right here. One of my favorite games on the PS2. Which Unicron is the final boss of, so that's cool. And yes, I do think that at least this show that the game is based on is going to be included in this analysis because, as I said in his preview at least, almost every Unicron is the same character. You'll see why. You'll see what's up with that. As for Galactus, well, I fancy myself a Marvel fan. I like to think I'm a Marvel fan. I've watched most of the MCU up until this point. I still have some catching up to do. I've played a few Marvel games. I couldn't name all of them off the top of my head. During the lead up for this very episode, I watched Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer for the first time. That was interesting. I really am never gonna get rid of this, huh? I really tried. I guess I could always just... It's perfect now, 10 out of 10. To be honest, like, though, as far as like Galactus and Unicron themselves are concerned, as characters, they're not really much. In fact, these two are more so like concepts than characters, if that makes sense. You're not gonna get, at least more so in Unicron's case, you're not gonna get like some deep like character development. They're not like sympathetic in many ways. Galactus is more so kind of sympathetic in a way, but really, like, you're here because they are the Devourer of Worlds. That's their thing. So what more can you ask for, really? But as far as that's concerned, I have nothing against either character, really. You know, Unicron is obviously a big deal in Transformers, and Transformers is obviously a franchise I hold very near and dear to my heart. Galactus is a pretty big threat in Marvel. Marvel's freaking huge, and I've seen a lot of it, so yeah. Admittedly, I haven't seen, like, I've played Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which Galactus was the final boss in, but as far as like anything else is concerned, I haven't invested myself in a lot of material that Galactus is in. I don't read a lot of comics, for starters. Like, I've made that point clear. And aside from Rise of the Silver Surfer, where he really just doesn't show up much at all, and obviously Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I don't think I've seen much of anything else. Oh, he was in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, wasn't he? In like the last episode. I think I've gone on record to say that I wasn't exactly very thrilled about that. But anyways, well, as far as, you know, obviously the 2 questions you see on the top of the screen, who do I want to win, who do I think is going to win, not in that particular order, at least not who do I want to win? Who do I think is going to win? That's what I was going for. Well, who I want to win is Unicron. That should not really come as a surprise. Just in general, I mean, Unicron as a character isn't exactly interesting, but he's threatening, which is really all you want. And obviously, I like Transformers. Can you tell? So yeah, I don't really have much more to say on the matter. If you know me, I think you should understand why I'm rooting for Unicron. I'm a huge Transformers fan. That's really all you need to know. Who do I think is going to win, though? I think I'm gonna have to side with Galactus on that one. And it's really the ultimate nullifier that's kind of doing it for me, which basically, as far as I can tell, pretty much wipes away multiversal beings like Unicron. But even outside of like the ultimate nullifier, obviously he's got the power cosmic, which if you know anything about Silver Surfer, you know that's crazy. And Galactus is way above the Surfer when it comes to the power cosmic. So yeah, just in general, Galactus is probably way stronger. They're probably evenly matched in speed. They're both immeasurable. And then, yeah, the Ultimate Nullifier just kind of does it in for him. Also, Galactus deals with a lot of people like Unicron a lot. Whereas Unicron, the only being in Transformers that's anywhere near similar to Unicron is Primus. Who Unicron can fight on par with, sure, but Primus typically comes out on top. Obviously, good guy versus bad guy sort of thing. So, as much as I would like to see Unicron win, I think I'm going to have to side with Galactus on this one. But I guess we'll find out together now, won't we? Let's stop talking and watch what's honestly the end of an era. Play.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp and Death Battle.
Oh my god. So that is going to be a regular thing. Okay.
Galactus, Devourer of Worlds.
And Unicron, Almighty Chaos Bringer. That's right, it's the day we've all been waiting for.
Thank God they decided not to get rid of the epithets.
It's our job to analyze their weapons,
for
armor,
good.
and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Dude, this fight looks crazy. Like the animation on it
what is the nature
nuts
of evil?
Oh, it's 3.5 beers too early for that kind of question, Wiz.
No, seriously, is the wolf that hunts the hare evil? What about the bear that kills the wolf? Or the man that slays the bear? Is that evil or nature? Perhaps this question was on Gallon of Ta's mind as he hurtled toward the end of infinity.
I'm pretty sure the question on his mind was, how do I turn this goddamn spaceship around?
Eons ago, the planet Ta was a paradise, the most advanced civilization the universe had ever known.
Too bad the universe was coming to an end. I hate it when that happens.
The Ta'an scientist
Don't we all?
Gallon watched as the rest of his race ignominiously perished and decided to die gloriously on his own terms.
By flying a ship into the sun, just like great-grandpappy Boomstick, the crazy old coot. But instead
So he wasn't asking to turn it around.
Like great-grandpappy Boomstick, Gallon got bitten by a radioactive god.
As the last living thing left before the universe's end, Gallon was visited by the sentience of the multiverse, who merged with him as part of a cosmic cycle of death and rebirth. As the old multiverse died, a new one was born, and the scientist Gallon was no more. In his place was a being of untold power, the ravager of galaxies, Galactus.
Well, despite looking like a masochist giant purple vibrator,
victim of countless backstory retcons. Wow. Herald of Franklin Richards. Wow. Okay.
Eat friggin' worlds.
Galactus is so unbelievably, mind-meltingly powerful that strong doesn't really begin to describe him. Just being near him will begin to warp your perception of reality. In truth, he isn't even really a physical being with a soul anymore, but composed of energy itself. The power cosmic.
Basically, your all-purpose space god magic that no good almighty ass-whooping god can go without. Sure, he can use it to blast your ass to unholy smithereens, but it's a lot more flexible, too.
Described as being in touch with every other living thing at once, the power cosmic allows one access to a near-infinite pool of knowledge and the ability to sense danger ahead of time.
I don't think there's a lot for him to be afraid afraid of. He can manipulate matter, read and control the minds of gods, and teleport entire galaxies across the universe.
The power cosmic allows him fundamental control over life itself, manipulating souls, creating new life forms from nothing, and even resurrecting the dead. And because his body is composed of energy, he can't really be hurt in the traditional physical sense. This allows him to grow or shrink his body with seemingly no
Dummy's
limit
back.
and alter his appearance.
Wait. He chooses to look like that?
His physical appearance matches the species observing him, so a human sees a human Galactus, a Skrull Galactus, and so on.
Oh, so it's just like
Okay.
how I see the world.
What are you staring at?
What matters most to me in the world. Awesome.
No, not awesome. Very not awesome. At least as far as Galactus is concerned, since witnessing his approach is itself
look, it's
the
Rise of the
end
Silver
of
Surfer.
the world. You would only have enough time to pray to your paltry gods before Galactus consumed your entire planet, absorbing its energy into himself, then moving on to his next meal.
Man, I guess his costume is appropriate because he sounds like a total dick. Like, come on, man. You watched your whole planet die. Now you're gonna go around the universe doing the same thing?
It's not entirely his fault. Galactus' power is so immense that the only thing that can sustain him is the consumption of entire worlds. Without this constant feeding, he would perish, just as humans would without consuming plants or other animals.
Kinda like how I hunt squirrels, cause I hate each and every one of them.
No, categorically the exact opposite, actually. Galactus isn't vengeful or cruel. If he could avoid any unnecessary death, he would. But just as the universe is bound by the laws of physics, Galactus is bound by his hunger.
And that hunger has put him in conflict with some of Marvel's other heaviest hitters, like Odin and the Phoenix Force. Galactus' fight with the Other and the Scryer got so intense, they threatened the entire infinite multiverse just as a side effect of the battle.
While Galactus himself
Yikes.
can comfortably cross countless light years in seconds, some of these beings are more like abstract concepts than actual living things, many of which operate outside of linear time.
Like this alien bug dude who tried to use Galactus' energy to destroy 2 whole universes.
One-shot dark
Even
side.
after being drained by him, he
fun.
still nuked 3 whole star systems before getting a snack.
Should he somehow be threatened by beings beyond even the scope of his power, Galactus crafted a device to solve all of his problems.
Here it
the
is.
ultimate nullifier.
In case that name isn't obvious enough, it's a teeny tiny weapon that destroys anyone you think of.
It doesn't just destroy them, it destroys everything. The entire multiverse is eradicated, then recreated without the target. An extremely roundabout way of winning, but it works. That's exactly what happened when
Whatever
Galactus
works.
used it on the abstract god of destruction, Abraxas.
He destroyed the god of destroying things with a Happy Meal toy. It's like my therapist said.
It does kind of look like a Happy
And
Meal
the
toy.
nullifier was key to Galactus' first great defeat upon his inevitable arrival on Earth.
When that pesky Reed Richards managed to get his stretchy hands on the thing, Galactus finally backed down and spared the planet.
Which makes no practical sense. The ultimate nullifier is a part of Galactus himself. It uses his own power. He can summon it at any time and even escape its effects by hiding in a pocket dimension. It even had the safety on.
Maybe he was just bored.
After
Whoops.
billions of years of cosmic genocide just to survive, I'm pretty sure Galen forgot what it meant to be mortal. Perhaps that was the true evil all along, the slow death of Galen's humanity. Because what could be more terrifying than a being that sees everything and everyone you know and love as nothing more than his next meal?
Alright,
In the
Unicron.
beginning, before heaven and earth, before light and dark, there was Unicron. Created by the formless, primordial being known as the One to explore the fledgling multiverse, Unicron instead decided to consume everything.
Dude, come on!
Jerk.
Bad Unicron! Bad God! Bad!
The One decided to split Unicron into 2 beings, one of order and hope known as Primus.
So,
and the
admittedly,
other
I didn't
chaos
know
and evil
this. I
known
didn't know
as
that
Unicron.
Unicron and
Again,
Primus were like
all good
one
sibling
being.
rivalries, they pushed each other's shit in over the fate of all existence. That is, until
During
the
a Q&A
goody little
column in the
two-shoes
Armada
Primus
comics?
tricked his bro
Okay.
into imprisoning their souls in giant
Miscellaneous
asteroids.
avatars, Rodimus
Classic
Prime, a
sibling
black hole,
prank.
and a
Me, it
child's
was the
toy.
dryer.
Primus terraformed
True.
his asteroid into what would later be known as the planet Cybertron, while Unicron did something
Actually, Unicron didn't get a toy until the Armada
Yeah, he
line,
turned his
which I think is
planet
fun.
into a planet that eats other planets. Not only that, it can change its form into a giant badass.
Actually, would you believe me if I said that none of these figures back here were Unicron?
The first Transformer.
I don't think I've ever actually had a Unicron
would
toy.
Travel the cosmos, consuming planet after planet and universe after universe. Not necessarily because of any hunger or need, but because Unicron is the physical embodiment of death and destruction. He is literally programmed to destroy everything.
God's gotta do what a god's gotta do. And good luck trying to fight back. Uni's robot body comes with a tractor beam, eye lasers, fire breath, a chest cannon, and an antibody system in case anyone tries to pull a Drax on him.
Unicron can mentally dominate an entire race of beings, erase things from existence, warp the fabric of space and time, and even manipulate matter itself.
So even if his big robot body is damaged or destroyed, he can repair it lickety-split, or even send his spark out to find a new host.
Essentially the Transformers version of a soul, Unicron's spark is immensely powerful.
The soul, the heart,
its own energy source,
both.
Dark Energon.
Unicron is so evil that he can
Dark
turn his
Energon,
bad
that's
dude
one
energy
hell of a
into
drug.
Weapons of mass destruction, like unholy blades or planet-busting lasers.
This Dark Energon will corrupt any that consumes it, turning them into a puppet of Unicron himself.
It's also obviously the opposite of regular Energon, which is created
Shocker.
by Primus and what fuels the Transformer race. So Unicron basically runs on the opposite of life. If he's death as a big robot,
Yeah, he's basically
can he
death.
Be killed?
Not by any conventional means. Even the destruction of his spark isn't guaranteed to end him. He will continue to exist as a necessary force that drives the cosmos. Anytime he's destroyed, he will appear again in a new universe. In fact, almost every Unicron you've seen in movies, TV, and comics are the same Unicron.
Unicron is a literal force of nature. You can't reason with a hurricane that hates you. All you can do is see it and get the hell out of the way. But this hurricane is never gonna stop until you and everyone you know is DED dead. His mere presence drove an entire planet insane.
I was trying to be poetic before, but this is what evil is. Incomprehensible, undeniable, inescapable. You can't even wait him out. He is unbound by the concept of linear time.
The Chaos Bringer is so powerful, his mere presence wrecks the space-time continuum and can erase galaxies from existence just by strolling by.
To be clear,
Nice.
It isn't the force he's generating by moving that destroys things, it's his existence. His mere being is so overwhelmingly evil that the fabric of space-time cannot fathom Unicron's presence.
Holy dude! No wonder he was able to devour nearly a quarter of the entire multiverse, one universe at a time.
Estimates for the size of the Transformers multiverse vary from over 15 quadrillion universes to
Transformers
an infinite number of
cosmology.
universes, branching timelines, and planes of existence. And who better to portray a being who brings death to the universe than the man who gave birth to modern cinema? A final role fitting for an artist so much larger than life. Or deeply ironic that it's a feature-length toy commercial.
The Transformers movie has always been celebrated for its excellence. I say.
Despite that unbelievable power, the Chaos
that's the
Bringer's
game.
rampage through reality has been halted a number of times, usually due to the matrix of leadership, the essence of Primus himself, and the embodiment of all hope and light in the universe.
Are you telling me that Robo-Satan was defeated by the power of friendship? Forget beer! I'm gonna need some of that shit going straight into the vein.
As the abstract idea of evil actualized, any notion of goodness is directly antithetical to his being.
As incomprehensible to Unicron as he is to us.
But despite the best efforts of heroic Transformers like Optimus Prime, Unicron has always returned from the smoldering ashes of defeat and risen to threaten reality again.
It's his very nature.
Hey, there's
Such
Beast
is the
Wars.
time a united armada of Autobots, Decepticons, and an entire people created from his cells, the Minicons, tried to destroy him once and for all.
They actually succeeded in killing him, until Galvatron's hatred for Optimus brought Unicron back to life.
Because challenging Unicron means challenging evil itself, destroying
And hate.
destruction itself.
Hey, there's Rise of the
An
Beast.
impossible paradox.
You can't kill Unicron.
Great movie, by the
because
way.
Killing is literally what Unicron is. So, what does that mean for us?
Every petty act of violence, every war, every cruelty, every death battle gives Unicron life. The life he'll use to kill us all. We are culpable in our own annihilation.
Unicron's not just some comic book villain. He's all there is and all there will be. He was there at the beginning, and he'll be there at the end. He's a law of physics. He's as inevitable as your dying breath.
Jesus, now you got me scared. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for the death battle you've been asking for forever!
Pause. He's not wrong. he's not wrong. Yeah, so I still kind of feel like Galactus is going to win, but man, like, I'm curious, like, without, maybe they'll answer this, I don't know, but without the ultimate nullifier, I really wonder how well Unicron would fare without the ultimate nullifier, but obviously Galactus has the ultimate nullifier, so who cares? But I mean, Unicron, the thing about Unicron that's probably like keeping him in this, aside from just like he's incredibly powerful, is that he's basically like the physical embodiment of evil and hate. He even says in Armada, like, as long as hatred exists, I shall remain impervious to attack. That is the quote. So, in order to win Galactus, or in order to like in order to end Unicron for good, it sounds to me like Galactus has to like literally erase the concept of hate and evil in the multiverse. But obviously that's a bit of that probably is a bit of a no limits fallacy. It's I imagine what's gonna happen is that at the very least, like, killing Unicron is probably just gonna be like, if Galactus kills Unicron here, like with the ultimate nullifier at least, or even just the power cosmic as a whole, that's probably just gonna count. Like, Unicron's probably gonna like exist in another. I mean, I guess the ultimate nullifier said that like it could erase beings from like the multiverse. Yeah, I don't have really anything else to add to that. I'm still gonna go with Galactus, but man, I would like to see Unicron win, especially after what happened to Megatron. But I'm not gonna like dwell on that for too long. Still love the episode, but anyways, let's just jump right in. Yeah.
As all things must, your world has come to an end.
Then there's Unicron.
Halt! This planet is mine to consume. So saith Galactus, destroyer of worlds.
Begone, thus decrees Unicron, Chaos Bringer.
Some really good voices. Wow, Unicron is flying. Oh, you get the transformation sequence. That's fun.
Madness.
Oh, well, okay.
So quick to beg for Oblivion's embrace.
I am Oblivion.
Be gone.
Growing size, okay. Makes sense. Normal size Galactus is pint size compared to Unicron. Again, this is a really pretty fight, I must say. Oh.
I am the power cosmic incarnate. easily felled.
Yeah, okay.
Fleeing so readily, Unicron.
No Devourer transforming. Beg not for mercy, behold blackening sky. Against mine chaos, even gods will die.
Oh, wow, that did nothing.
Galactus meets your challenge. Here's your goal. This world will bring destruction to it all.
I am destruction, pure finality. In first and last, true immortality.
They really do like to talk, don't they?
I have no patience left. Return
Oh god, here it comes.
to the void where none may hear your screams. You know not the power which you command.
Of course I do. Your death I thus demand. Finally, I have won.
Yeah, not yet.
I've seen your power, bringer of chaos. Yet by my vigor thou hast much need. Witness the last fate that awaits you thus. For almighty Galactus must now feed.
We
Okay.
know Galactus and Unicron were beings who could manipulate reality itself and do basically anything.
Older than the universe, unbound by time, they had each other matched in a lot of ways.
So it ultimately came down to which of them was more powerful.
Both could threaten an entire.
I was
infinite
not sure where that
multiverse.
was going by the end of
Unicron
it.
could only do so over time, devouring them one by one.
While Galactus's battle with the Scryer and the other threatened to destroy the entire Marvel multiverse as just a side effect.
Not to mention, Galactus
Yeah.
tussles with cosmic beings like himself all the time.
While Unicron is usually the top dog in Transformers, he's a big fish in a relatively small pond. Relative to Marvel, at least.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Sound
like
better for Unicron
relatively.
at first, but it means he has way less experience than Galactus in full-on fights against dudes his size.
And while Unicron has used Dark Energon to infect and corrupt other beings in the past, Galactus technically doesn't have a soul thanks to his cosmic rebirth from Galen. And he's fended off mental attacks before, so there's no real reason to think that would work here.
And
Yeah,
as
true.
lame as it is, the ultimate nullifier is just really, really overpowered.
Despite Unicron being able to survive the destruction of his spark, the ultimate nullifier is significantly more thorough. Consider the time it was used against Abraxas, a being that embodied the abstract concept of the multiverse's destruction.
Sounds like somebody you know? Even against someone like that, the good old Oli Nully had no problem erasing him from reality. And the same would happen to Unicron, while Galactus could always hide in that pocket dimension, just as he escaped the nullifier before.
Unicron was an insanely terrifying threat, but Galactus had the power, experience, and arsenal to ultimately annihilate him.
If you thought Galactus was going down in this fight, you were Unicron.
The winner is Galactus.
That was lame.
Season 10's done, but Season 11 is on the way. Thanks so much for watching, and a special thanks to our channel members for being champions.
Alright,
this
we
year.
getting
Get
teases
ready for
or
more Death Battle in 2024.
or no? Okay. I'm not sure what that last part was. But I mean, yeah, Wile E. Coyote versus Tomcat. That's gonna be interesting. Hold on. There's something I want to check. I thought I saw something. That's like a frame long. I'm gonna miss it. Anyways, well, that's enough out of you. That was a really good fight, though. It was a lot more. I guess it like. How do I describe it? It's a lot more like ethereal than I was going to say low key, but that's not really the right term. It's a lot more like ethereal than what we normally get, which I think is fine. I just like it fits both of them very well, and both voice actors did amazing. That's Wolf Williams as Galactus, again winning the award for coolest name for a voice actor, and then Brent Mukai as Unicron, who was actually Geese in his episode, which I think is funny. But yeah, and just the overall quality of the animation, my god, like they really pulled out all the stops on that one. Yeah, I don't know. What do you want me to say? It's Galactus versus Unicron. It was a really good fight. I'm really looking forward to Wily versus Tom. That was the champions voted one. That's not the one I voted for, but hey, still sounds like a fun match. And who knows? Hopefully, maybe those clips shown at the end actually mean something. Guess we'll see. But all right. I really don't know what more I can say. It was a really good fight. Oh, the music was really good too. Again, a lot more ethereal, and I guess that one's a bit more low key than I would have expected, but I still was into it. So, and that turnaround with the ultimate nullifier, that was crazy. Part of me was actually kind of like convinced for a second that Unicron was going to win. I was like, wait, what? But ultimately, that was not the case. And Transformers walks away from Death Battle with only one win to its name yet again. Well, on the bright side, as far as I know, most of the other matches I see requested for Transformers end in their victory, so they got that going for them. Like I know, let's see, I know Grimlock versus the Q-Rex, X versus Primal. Let's see. Trying to think of like other big Transformers fights, and I can't. They're not coming to my head. But anyways, really good fight. I enjoyed it quite a lot. And with that, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get going before I just start retreading. Before I just start repeating myself. I say that as if I haven't been repeating myself this entire time. Anyway, so that's really all I have to say. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you all in the next video. And if you're only here for my reactions, which is probably a grand majority of you, but whatever, I guess I'll see you next year. Bye, everybody.